We need you. It was good to hear the voice on the other end of the phone, but I would have liked it better if the words had been, I need you. Oh, Rick, can you and Lute come? It's a terrible situation, and we need you very much. This time I could detect a tremor in her voice, so I cut off a humorous response I almost made and said, Helga, what's the matter? What is it? And where are you? She almost gushed, very unlike this sophisticated lady. Oh, Rick, I'm in Bucharest and terrible things are happening. There've been 2 murders and I've been threatened. Just hold on. Back up a bit. Bring me up to date a little. And yes, don't worry. Lute and I can be on our way in short order. She went on to explain that after she attended a technical aerospace symposium in Brussels and had given a presentation there about her previous space shuttle flight, which included a short spacewalk, she had been invited to Bucharest for a follow-up appearance at the university level. Everything was fine until suddenly there were 2 horrible deaths. One victim was a professor at the university who specialized in astrophysics, and the other was the country's most renowned aviator. Both had been found impaled on long, sharpened cedar posts. And then, Rick, a package was delivered to me at my hotel, and inside, oh, I'm so frightened. There was a picture of me apparently taken at my university presentation, and, oh, Rick, inside with it was a miniature steak. No message, just the picture and the sharpened piece of wood. Okay, calm down if you can and listen to me. Get out of there right now. Don't hesitate. Grab whatever flight you can get and leave. Now. Let us know where you are, and Lute and I will be on the way. The lady I was talking with was Helga Lang, a lovely person I had first met when I was engaged in one of my findings at the renowned Château de Chenonceau in the Loire Valley of France. I had been fortunate enough to help her and some German friends of hers locate art treasures that had been hidden away from the rapacious Nazi forces in World War II. We had developed a, shall we say, strong rapport. She joined me at my home in Old Saybrook, Connecticut, to participate in some successful ventures, which led us on some merry chases in Colorado, Mexico, and Guatemala. These escapades included my childhood friend Luther, call me Lute, Martin, and the 3 of us had formed a tight bond of friendship. My affection for Helga was deeper than just friendship, and I tried to tell her of my feelings. Since neither of us had yet committed to a commitment, she hushed me, and then as I was about to blurt it out anyway, she clamped her hand over my mouth, and it came out, I love you. She followed by telling me she had to leave. There was a major space symposium in Brussels, and she had been invited to take part. It was evidence we both had separate lives, and even though it was difficult to accept, I knew it was inevitable. We had no way of knowing at the time how long she might be gone, or whether she would be even coming back at all. The only consolation for me came when she said, before departure, I love you too. I gave Helga some additional words of encouragement, and then quickly reached Lute. We had remodeled and fully modernized a coach house in my estate grounds, and Lute had moved in full-time. Eminently successful after selling out interests in investment and venture capital firms, he determined from our previous exploits the life of probing for whatever people, places, or things that caught our attention was what he wanted to do. He's very bright, courageous, and inventive, as well as being an inveterate punster, all of which makes him an excellent companion at arms. I told him he was going to have to drive up the coast to where I'd have a plane reserved and waiting for him. From there, a trip for him to see Q on Martha's Vineyard. She's Marjorie Alexander, a septuagenarian who is a marvel on computers. She isn't into gadgets, but she likes to be called Q because of her admiration for the actor who portrayed that role in the series of James Bond movies. I called her ahead of time to fill her in on Helga's predicament, and told her what we'd be needing in the way of maps and detailed information about Romanian folklore and history.